So currently I'm at a student lounge area in Discovery Park. At the computer science area, I have a lab in about 30 minutes. So I'm just kind of chilling here, about to prepare for it a little bit. Also, the reason why I'm speaking quietly is because pretty much everybody in this building speaks quietly. It's not like a mandatory polite thing like the library, it's just everyone does. I don't really know why. I'm a little concerned that in editing I won't be able to beef up the volume enough to make my voice clearly audible. So yeah, we're gonna see how that works. See, the trick to getting in and out of here early is to do it all beforehand, because they give you the assignment online, like everything you're going to be doing anyway. So all you gotta do is do it on your computer at home, so that way you get resources, you get the internet, you get the textbook, you don't get it in the actual lab. They do this to prevent cheating, but as in like other people doing it, not you looking at resources. But essentially you just do it all beforehand, and then that way you go into it knowing exactly what you're doing. This is basically everything that you have to do in the lab, and I did it all at home so I could learn how to do it, because each lab adds on a new thing you learn about coding. So I did all of it at home and learned how to do it. So now all I gotta do is go in, type all this up, and show that it works, and go home. Alright, so I couldn't bring the camera in there because I was afraid I was going to be flagged for cheating or whatever, but it was simple. In and out 30 minutes. So now I'm on my way to the bus stop so I can head back. I'm also just kind of realizing how bad the lighting was on that last shot. I apologize. And of course I am currently the only one here. That actually has never happened before. I don't know why I said of course. Usually by now there's like at least 2-3 people over here this time, at least on Thursdays after I get out of the lab. Normally on Tuesdays when I get out of electrical engineering, there's at least 20 people here all waiting for the bus. I'll definitely try and get a shot of that if I can. I'm currently the only one on the bus right now, besides the bus driver. So yeah, this is interesting. Gotta say, a little bit difficult to film a time lapse on a bus when there's a fly flying around you and annoying the crap out of you. Able to keep the camera steady. Okay, so it's the evening time now, and some stuff happened in between, but not really too important. I do have a standing story. Last time we talked about my problems with the PS4, the Ethernet port broke, and I got it repaired last time. But and it worked for about a day, and I got the same error message again, and it scared me because I was afraid that I spent my $100 on nothing. But no, I did some testing, and this time it wasn't the PS4's fault. It was the plug into the wall's fault. My dad was broken this time. So essentially, it's good and bad. Good because I can get it repaired for free. Bad because it just means I had to go a few more days without an Ethernet cable. And so I went to the front desk. I placed a work order for it, and I hadn't done this before. This is the first time I ever placed a work order. And essentially, she asked, "All right, what's the problem?" It said Ethernet port is broken on the wall. So she typed in information on a computer, and then said, "All right, all right." I placed the work order. I'm like, "All right," and then I asked her, I'm like, "All right, so is there a guy who's going to come to my room and repair it, and when is that going to happen?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, though, I placed a couple work orders before. Essentially what happens is that they just go up to your room and they fix it. And if you're not there, they'll just place a note that says they fix it." I'm like, "Great." Okay, so apparently when you record vlogs on your phone, your battery drains very, very quickly. And despite the fact that my phone was at 37%, it died. So I'm at my room now, and my phone's on a charger, and I'm on my bed. And I guess we'll continue that story. So the next day around the morning, I'm just studying, and I get a phone call that I get a phone call from the lady at the front desk, a different lady at the front desk, and she says, "Okay, so I have your work order here to fix your Ethernet cable, and can you like elaborate a little bit because the IT guy wants to know more details." I'm like, "All right, well, it's not working," and she's like, "Do you think it's like broken?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, probably because it's not working." And she's like, all right, we'll have the IT guy check it out." I'm like, "All right, well, there's a microwave and a fridge in front of it. So if you let me know ahead of time, I can like move them out of the way so he'll come in and like be able to work with it easier." And she's like, "All right, I'll let you know when he'll arrive." I'm like, "All right, cool." So then I'm studying, and about an hour later, I get a phone call from her again. And she says, "All right, the IT guys are in their waiting room right now." I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Hey." I'm like, "All right, I guess I'm gonna be there in like 10 minutes." And this is a little bit of a problem because I was hoping to like get a homework assignment done at that moment. We're up in my room. I move the microwave in the fridge, and he's just like, "All right, so what's the problem?" I'm like, "Well, you plug in the Ethernet cable and it doesn't work. It doesn't connect." Essentially, he asked me a few more questions, but the whole meeting really just amounted to, "Is it broken?" I say yes, and he says, "All right, we'll get it fixed." I'm like, "What was the point of this meeting? I don't understand." So I just got up. It's Friday, and I'm just about to head to breakfast. So right now we're on our transition from summer to fall, and honestly, I transitions to seasons are like the most difficult because you'll wake up and it'll be like 59 degrees like it is now. You'll have to put on like long sleeve shirt and jeans. Then in the middle of the day it warms up to where you're too hot all of a sudden, so then you gotta go back and change or pull up your sleeves or something. A little bit of a pain to deal with. Thankfully it doesn't last too long though. Every day of the week is different for me, but like the one routine is just the mornings. And so every weekday I get up and I leave around 7:30 or 7:40 in this case. I overslept a little, and I head to Bruce Hall to grab some breakfast. So that's what I'm doing right now. So about 2-3 weeks ago, I first noticed this little vine on this pole right here, and it was just at the base of it, just growing. And every day I walk by here and I see this vine slowly and steadily make progress. And it's now almost to the top of the pole. So yeah, I find that pretty interesting. I had to wait on the side for about 30 seconds because people were passing, and I felt too self-conscious to just start filming about the vine on the pole. So I just like sat there and pretended I was checking up on text messages and stuff. So when I asked for bacon, the lunch lady gave me only one strip. And I was like, "Can I get 2? I mean, let's just be perfectly honest with ourselves. Who in the world is satisfied with a single strip of bacon? I mean, okay, you get 2 strips. That's just like, okay, well, I know it's not that much, but you know, we have a lot of people to feed, and that's fine. But 1 strip is just a straight up insult. Like, why is anyone really satisfied? Like, if they get 1 strip of bacon, they're like, "Oh man, this is perfect. This is all I need." No, yeah, at least 2. All right, so I'm outside the Union, outside the Library Mall, and it's about 8:08 right now. Not about, it is. And my first class is at 9, so generally what I do now is I just sit around the benches in this area and catch up on the news. Apparently there's some sort of election going on this year. It's interesting. Okay, I'll admit I may have stole that joke from Scrubs. One thing I'm noticing about this place is there's like, it feels like every week there's at least 1 or 2 tours going on. It makes sense because people year-round are wanting to check the place out, but it's still just like, why so many? So it said, "Flash disabled, iPhone needs to cool down before you can use Flash." And I mean, I'm not in need of flash, but it was just like, what? My iPhone needs to cool down because it doesn't feel hot right now. So I guess I probably should mention I'm heading to calculus right now. My first 2 classes today. Today's Friday, easy day. Lectures generally just go. I sit there and patiently wait for the class to be done. And I sometimes take notes. Alright, so I just got out of that. So now I'm going to head in the library, work on some homework, and do some studying. Then I'll head to my second class, which is history. I hate that class. So I'm about 25 minutes off from my history class that I gotta go to. And I figured I might as well vlog for a little bit longer. So history is my least favorite class on my schedule. And history is the least important class to my major, yet it is the class that gives me the most work out of all my classes. And it's just pretty frustrating having to deal with that. Like, essentially he'll give you a review for a test and it'll be like 40 vocab words, 5 short answers, and 5 essays, and you'll say, alright, I'm going to choose like 20 vocab words from here to be on the test, 2 short answers, and you got to write 1 of the essays. And which normally would be a good thing, but 1, vocab words, he doesn't give you definitions, so you gotta go out of your way to find them. You gotta find answers to short answers and essays, which once again doesn't sound that bad, but it's just like, why all this unnecessary work? Like, I get it that history is a good thing to learn, like I sort of agree with that. I understand them forcing me to learn it, but why all this, why so much work to get it? Why not just have some lectures, then maybe some easy tests, some easy assignments, just so I'm engaged, making sure I'm learning it. But then, like, why all this extra work for the same effect? Like, that's what I don't understand. I'm spending more time on this class than any other class. And so that just really frustrates me. And as I stated before, this class is useless towards my major. And again, I'm just a lowly student. He's the teacher who knows what he's doing. Supposedly, at least.